there are two vehicles and about 8 or 10 people who really bore the brunt of this entire blast that's happened, and they're very critical. Now, 8 people dead. He said, the eyewitness himself said at least 20 to 24 people are injured, are critically injured. We try and get a confirmation of the numbers. Some of the eyewitnesses are saying that some of the injured have suffered loss of limb. We'll try and get those confirmations, but this is what's coming right now. An incident that happens nearly just around between 6:55 and 7 p.m. IST on the 10th of November. The fire is controlled by 7:34 p.m. IST by the fire services, but all the central agencies are there. It's on the middle of on the road near the Red Fort metro station, gate number 1, just about 100 meters away from that gate. This explosion happens. It impacts the vehicles that are parked on the side and also vehicles that are traveling. Look at this auto, smashed and it's blown. There is a lot of impact on it. Look at this. There are more pictures that are coming through where people have seen their vehicle really damaged. Auto drivers, e-rickshaw drivers, cars. So glasses have been smashed. The impact of the blast. Now there you go, another auto damaged. The auto driver is injured. Pictures are a little disturbing, viewers. Please exercise caution, especially if there are minors who are watching this. We advise you to exercise caution, please. These are again more pictures coming in of traveling taxis, and this is the road, main road. And there are 2 other cars which are very close to this that also bore the brunt, and they also took a lot of impact. They got smashed. Whether a number of people who are inside, how critical they are, we don't know. How many survived, we don't know, but we know that there are deaths. At least so far it's in single digits. It's about 8 or 9 people. We'll wait for a confirmation. There is high alert now all around this region based on the developments. It's a cascading series of developments that's happened over the last 1 week since the arrest of the person in Anantnag or Pulwama-based person. His confessions leads the Delhi police and the Haryana police and the J&K police into Faridabad. The arrest happened there, and now and 3,000 kilograms of explosive making material has been found along with timers and etc. And now this happens, this incident happens. So far, there's no official statement from the Delhi police. Another eyewitness
खाना खा रहे थे जामा मस्जिद पे बैठ के थोड़ा मीना बहर में, तो वहाँ पर देखा बहुत तेज ब्लास्ट हुआ, यहाँ आग भी चला और पता नहीं किस में ब्लास्ट हुआ। यहाँ लोग बता रहे हैं गाड़ी में हुआ कुछ ब्लास्ट, तो उसके आगे ऑटो था। कितने बजे की घटना है? ये 7:20 की। कई लोग क्या देखा था आपने कि क्या फटा तपनी मच रही थी? लोग ज़्यादा घायल हुए, क्या हुआ? लोग ज़्यादा ही घायल होंगे जब बड़ा ब्लास्ट है, तो ऐसा नहीं।
We're going to pull out of this because this is somebody who's heard the blast, seen it, and then come there about 20 minutes since the incident happened. There are other eyewitnesses. The picture on the top right, a little disturbing. That's an auto driver, and he's injured. He's borne the blast. He's seen his vehicle smashed, and the windows have also smashed. So now the dynamics based on the pictures and the now visuals that are coming through viewers changes because the impact was huge. There are glasses that have smashed. There are people about 100 living about 150, 200 meters away who've seen their glasses in their homes and the windows rattle and shake. There are people who have fallen down twice because of the impact of the explosion and the noise itself. Major Manik Jolly.
So, I'd like to say, even though everybody's saying this could be a car blast and the CNG. Oh, hi, Anand. I didn't see you. So, but the EVs or even in the CNG, we have seen a lot of videos of them. They burn. They don't blast. That's a defining feature of a EV or a battery or a CNG going.
Right.
The blast of a CNG cylinder is extremely rare. And even that, the radius cannot be more than 10 meters. And that is a gas which is dissipated and it catches fire. This humongous blast cannot be at prima facie attributed to a CNG cylinder going off, getting blast. Also, you need a very specific trigger to blast something like that. If you crash into a cylinder, then only it will blast. Otherwise, the gas will move out and it will catch fire. It will be like that.
So it's incendiary
I see.
rather than explosive.
Yeah, exactly. What I'll also add to this is that if you just go back to the sequence, what we have been following as a country, and when we were covering ops in it was answer to Pahalgam. Pahalgam was a kind of a statement by Pakistan that we are starting this. There was a pause of 4 or 5 months because of Ops Sindoor. The recent recoveries which have been made, as in the ground, is being prepared to again push India into chaos and make sure that terrorist attacks happen here and there. In view of all that and the recoveries that happened today, as in the wheels had been set in motion. So, as security agencies or intelligence agencies cannot just ignore it, cannot just take it as a arbitrary incident. It has to be, and there are very innovative ways to make these car blasts happen. It cannot be if you're looking only for RDX, maybe you'll not get it. There could be mix of many chemicals, or there could be way to conduct this that will push us to the edge to prove that this was just not just a random, EV battery or a car blast.
So you're saying that there will be traces, the forensic teams are already there. Again, you agree with NND Dubey when he says that there is more to it than just a car blast in terms of a battery operated car or a CNG car blast. That would not cause this kind of an impact and this kind of a radius, and also it will not get the attention of all the central agencies along with the 7 fire tenders that despite dousing the fire are still staying put. Top officials, Special Cell of Delhi Police, NIA, they're all present there. DIG, BSF and DIG, NIA, NND Dubey ji is with us. NND Dubey ji, now when you see
Yes, I'm listening.
the latest accounts that you hear, what are your understanding? And I'm sure you would have also got some updates at your end. Ji.
My understanding is that basically post Operation Sindoor, there was already preparation going on. I am not so quickly connecting all these things to the post Operation Sindoor. What happened today? I am also awaiting certain confirmation, particularly from NIA, because the team will certainly come out with certain evidences which can very forcefully confirm that whether it's a very clearly linked with the terror attack. But the kind of damage, because there was some person saying there was no crater, because because there can be blast without creating crater. Crater is not always mandatory and necessary for in blast cases. Crater
The
is
same thing.
basically created because of certain other pattern of explosion. But if there is a car standing like this particular incident has happened, this may link up to something serious. But still, I put my fingers crossed. This may link up to the ongoing situation. This may link up to all the indications we are getting since last 4 to 5 months. Because it's foolhardy to think of that the counterpart, the enemy, is going to be silent. I mean, it was a clear statement from the top bosses of the Pakistan Army agencies. They were already declaring
Mr.
the
Dubey,
jihadis,
Mr. Dubey, Major Manik Jolly, just interrupting you, viewers, getting you an update. 15 people have been brought to Loknayak Hospital. 8 of them died before reaching the hospital. 3 are seriously injured. Statement by the medical superintendent of the Loknayak Jayaprakash Narayan LNJP Hospital. This is what he has told ANI. The medical superintendent has told ANI. Prayers for those who are critically injured. Let's hope they win this battle against death. There is one who's stable, and thanks for that. But 8 people did not even reach the hospital alive. They died en route to the hospital. So 8 deaths. There is a confirmation of that coming in from the LNJP hospital. We do not know if there are others who've been rushed to nearby other facilities or other hospitals by people, good Samaritans. We hope and pray that whoever got injured or whoever has been taken to hospital outside of these 8 who are dead, they all survive, they all recover. But there are also reports of some of them, some of these injured, who may have suffered loss of limb. Yes, Mr. Dubey, please complete. Ji.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That basically the indications were already coming on and certain analysis were going on, because you see the kind of, I'm not directly linking with the incident which has happened. The recent incident just 24 to 48 hours before, I'm in Ansar Ghazwatul. The complete effort of reviving that old outfit of Zakir Mosa post 2020, because as you know, the ferocious terrorist was parted away from Hizbul Mujahideen in 2017.
Yes.
And he floated this particular organization. And this was the person who was caught in Gorakhnath Mandir. If you remember the story, he was also from the same outfit.
Ji.
So there were 2 other successors of the terrorists who were killed after Musa. And after 2020, this was a serious effort to revive Ansar Ghazwatul, which is directly linked with Al Qaeda, carrying the same philosophy of implementing the Sharia in Bharat. So this was effort, and this was going on. That's why you see the medicos, a person specialized in medicine. He is basically the head of the module,
Yeah.
and he's recruiting the urban radicalized people. I mean, totally fully educated. So it's not linked up with the person who is educated or not educated. It's the sensitivity, it's the motivation which connects a person to join such terror module, whether he's a MD,
Right.
he's a doctor, he's an engineer, it's the immaterial.
Right. So
So this entire effort is to revive Ansar Ghazwatul, directly link the Al Qaeda in India to spread the terrorism, and that is the whole basically objective. And
or are these those sleeper cells that had gone dormant that have been reactivated? We have to wait and watch how the NIA decodes this along with the other agencies, and it all comes under the aegis of the person who's in charge of internal security of Bharat, that is the Union Home Minister, Amit Shah. And we are given to understand that he's had a word with the Delhi top cop and had a chat on this entire Red Fort blast to get an update and to see what is the reason and what has happened. Clearly, there will be more information that the police and the cops and the agencies will pass on to the Home Minister than what they are offering to the media, but despite multiple questions. We have Shashikantji, also former IPS, with us, along with Major Manik Jolly and NND Dubeji, the former DIG, BSF and NIA. Shashikantji, your assumption here. One of the aspects is the cops were, as soon as they responded, they have cordoned off that area. They've cleared the place. They've also pushed the media back by at least about 20 meters, 30 meters, and cordoned off and created 2 rings around this entire incident area. Will this help the forensics also gather evidence?
Of course, when the forensics come in, certainly they are going to check up, like there was a talk about the crater and all those things. That's for the forensic. But let me tell you that I have been talking to my friends in J&K police and certain the places in JCs. Obviously, it is an act of terror. Look, the first information which came from Jammu and Kashmir, and following which this particular raid was conducted in Faridabad, and 2,900 kilograms of ammonium nitrate was recovered. So it was a well-laid operation that it was going to happen. And again, I'll say that at least the 2,900 kilograms of ammonium nitrate which has been recovered, that means that possibly we'll save some more blasts. May God help us. But this particular thing, car blast, was a massive one, act of terror. And I fear that if there is more, I don't know how much of ammonium nitrate or IEDs and remote control devices were recovered, and what's the information which really percolated from J&K police, that maybe there are still some remnants or some stocks here and there. It's about time when I think that all the intelligence agencies and police agencies all over, they need to look into it. Bottom line is there shouldn't be any other blast, and the guys who were responsible. And look, what had happened earlier at places, Balta House and all those places, there were persons who were supposedly within course civilized persons, educated persons, but they had been hobnobbing. That means they're slipper cells, and these guys who are hobnobbing with them, who are giving them shelter, they're still there. I've always been maintaining, whether it's J&K or whether it is Punjab and this and that the first attempt has to be to dig out these sleeper cells. If they are not dug out soon, God forbid, this kind of incidents, I know they've happened in Punjab also, and God forbid that they happen otherwise. It's about time that we need this first crackdown has to be on the sleeper cells and all the links which have come up, like they're saying that the suspects, agencies suspect, J&K police suspects, there must be some more of this particular blasting IEDs and this kind of equipment. Yeah, thank you.
Right. Shashikantji, do stay on with us. Major Manik Jolly coming to you after we get an update from Arunima. Arunima, now the LNJP hospital confirming 8 people died. There's a top cop reacting.
तुम लोग यार होल्ड करके रखना, ठीक है? वहाँ पे भी हाथ पकड़ लो आप।
अरे कौन किसको मार रहा है ये? बदतमीज! यार आप क्या तभी कहाँ रवि तुम आवाज दो यार, तुम हो यहाँ है। वो रहा, देखिए वो रहा माइक। आगे से थोड़ा पीछे हो जाओ। आप लोग आएंगे,
Akash is joining us. We are expecting a briefing from the top cop. Any moment now, the cops are just, they have clearly organized, put out the barricades and asked the officials to try and guard the area, surrounding area, keep the media behind. But there will be a briefing. We are given to understand there will be a briefing from a top cop. They're waiting for the senior officer to come. We'll see who is it that will give the briefing. Akash is joining us live from that very spot. Let's go across to him. Yes, Akash.
So Anand, right now what I'm showing you is the visuals of the very same spot where we have heard the explosion and also where this incident has taken place. You can see heavy police deployment right now, and in fact more and more personnel of Delhi police are coming. This whole area has been cordoned off, and we know that how they have in fact closed the selective gates of Red Fort station as well, because they don't want anyone to come in this particular area. I'll try to show you some visuals right now. We are learning that forensic teams have already reached. In fact, top officials of the Delhi police, are very much there. They are basically investigating as to what has happened, because the priority right now is to, take situation in control, and also as far as those injured are concerned. So they have been, in fact, they are being treated in the hospital right now. I'm showing you the visuals from the very same spot where this incident has happened at around 7:29. We have been given to understand, that this fire, in fact, got in control. But right now, the priority is, of course, the investigation. I'll try to show you the area. This is one area where we have, in fact, the buzzing market of Chandni Chowk. In fact, on one side we have Red Fort, on the other side we have, the Chandni Chowk area. In fact, and there you have the ambulances, and in fact, the heavy police deployment right now. Because this is one incident that has in fact happened here in this particular area, and everyone, in fact, the police officials, will in fact come out with some sort of clarity, because they are in fact investigating as to what has happened. Initially, the report suggested that, that it is possibly a blast in e-rickshaw because of some sort of cylinder, that was very much capped in that particular e-rickshaw. Then the developments happened, and now we are learning that it was possibly, some CNG car, in which blast has happened. We still don't know the nature and the premise of the explosion that has happened. But right now, this whole, in fact, area, the traffic, in fact, has been stopped on both the roads. And right now, we have Delhi police and also the ambulances, at the very spot, because they have to take the injured to the hospital. LNJP hospital is what we have been given to understand, that around 15 people have been taken to the hospital. And right now, senior officers are very much there to see as to what has happened, at what time and under what circumstances, Anand.
Well, what do you see around you, Akash? Take us through what do you see right now? What is the extent of damage, the radius? If you can just explain to us what you are able to see beyond the barricading. How many vehicles, and is this a normal car blast, or does it look more than that? The pictures can be misleading. There is forensic teams also doing others. I think the top cop is about to speak. Let's just go to that in a bit.
कितना लोग हैं? अरे यार यहाँ कितना ये अरे यार अभी आ रहे हैं. Senior officer will come.
Senior officer is going to come and brief, so we'll stay with those visuals. But yes, Akash, take us through what you see.
Right now, Anand, in fact, the place where I'm standing, I have, in fact, I'm seeing a lot of blood stains. I cannot, show it to the, in fact, on TV. But what we know is that intensity was too high. In fact, the areas that are close by, the nearby markets, in fact, the traders came out of their shops because they were in surprise and was in shock as well as to what has happened. This is one busy area where we have a lot of tourists on daily basis.
Right. Now we've got a big update coming through, Akash, that intel sources are confirming to CNN News 18 that the Red Fort blast is indeed a terror attack. It is indeed a terror attack, and one suspect is in the custody of Delhi police already. Now, that's a big update. Manoj Kumar Gupta getting us these details that the Red Fort blast is indeed a terror attack and that one suspect is in custody of the Delhi police. That's a very big development. Now take us through what you see around, because this changes things. Many people were saying that this is not an ordinary car blast. It's not an accident. There is something more. Whatever this car that was used Was it similar to a modus that has been practiced in the past, in the 2010, 2011, when car bombings were planned? With Coimbatore blast, again a similar modus operandi. So is there a module or is there a pattern to this? Anshul now joining us live. Yes, Anshul.
So yes, the situation over here is something that is still being investigated. Just a few moments ago, the FSL teams have now officially reached here, right outside the gates of the Red Fort. I'll just try and show you in the visuals over here finally the FSL teams have reached over. The police commissioner is briefing. The police commissioner.
Okay, let's go to that.
I'll just try to get my mic across to the police commissioner and just try to listen what he has.
आज करीब 6:52 पे एक यहाँ पे रेड लाइट पे एक स्लो मूविंग व्हीकल जो रेड लाइट की तरफ आके रुका था, उसमें एक ये एक्सप्लोजन हुआ है। उस वक्त गाड़ी के अंदर जो पैसेंजर्स उसके अंदर ही थे और इस एक्सप्लोजन से जो है आसपास की गाड़ियों में भी क्षति हुई। जैसे ही इसकी खबर मिली, हम सारी एजेंसीज जो है दिल्ली पुलिस, FSL, NIA, NSG, उनकी टीम्स यहाँ पे आ चुकी हैं और हालात का जायजा भी ले रही है। हर तरीके से इस जो है एक्सप्लोजन के बारे में जांच की जा रही है और जल्दी ही इसका आकलन करके इसका जो भी रिजल्ट निकलेगा वो आपको बताया जाएगा। इस इंसिडेंट में कुछ लोग को इंजरीज भी आई हैं और कुछ लोगों की डेथ भी हुई है, तो वो अभी हालात का जायजा लिया जा रहा है और एग्जैक्ट फिगर्स जो हैं आपको कुछ ही देर में बता दी जाएंगी और सिचुएशन को रेगुलरली मॉनिटर किया जा रहा है और गृह मंत्री जी भी जो है उनसे रेगुलरली उनका फ़ोन भी आया था, उनको रेगुलरली ब्रीफ किया जा रहा है और उनको टाइम टू टाइम पूरी सूचना दी जा रही है और आगे जैसे भी हालात होंगे, जो भी नतीजा निकलेगा आपको बताया जाएगा। अभी इसको आकलन किया जा रहा है।
Delhi Police Commissioner confirming that there have been deaths, there have been injuries, but saying that there was an explosion. Anshul, yes, Anshul.
So as you heard there, this is the first official confirmation that has come in from the Delhi Police themselves, and they have very clearly stated in the media bite that they have given, and it is for the first time on record, that there were people who were present inside the vehicle, and prima facie it is seeming like that there was a blast that happened inside the vehicle while people were present over there, and that is the reason why there have been deaths that have been reported. The exact number of deaths is something that has still not been confirmed by the Delhi Police, although LNJP says that 8 people have been brought dead over there in their hospital, but the reports that we have picked up by the way of sources over here is that more than 20 people have been injured in this entire incident, because anyone who knows Delhi knows this Red Fort and the road bank opposite to the Red Fort, and this is a very high density, highly populated area of the national capital. Thousands and thousands of people of Chandni Chowk day in and day out, and something like this happening around 7 p.m., which is peak hours out here in the national capital. Definitely a lot of people
Anshul, just stay on with us. Big update. Home Minister has briefed the Prime Minister. So the Prime Minister is apprised of the situation, even as Manoj Kumar Gupta getting us these details, that Intel sources have said that there could be a possible use of an IED device, and they are looking at this incident at the Red Fort as a terror attack. Yes, Arunima.
So, Anand, 2-3 important things. One, prima facie, they are now looking at from the prism of an IED blast. We are told that the forensic teams on ground are looking for traces of explosives. Their primary indication from ground seems to be ammonium nitrate. And the reason ammonium nitrate is because of the investigation that we saw earlier in the day, where Jammu and Kashmir police and the Faridabad police came together and busted a terror module, even though no direct linkages is being drawn between the two cases as yet. But because of that incident that has happened very close to Delhi border, this is a angle that the forensic team is looking at. We are told immediately after the blast, Home Minister took a briefing from Commissioner of Police of Delhi. He also spoke to the Director of Intelligence Bureau as well as the NSG DG. Now, NSG has a post-blast detection team. They're the best suited scientifically to pick up traces from the ground, which helps investigators figure out what is the kind of explosive, how much quantity used, how was the IED assembled, timer device, printer, etc. So initially, the first 15-20 minutes after the fire and the blast, focus was whether this was the CNG explosion. But now all agencies, the NIS team is assisting Delhi Police on ground. The NSG post-blast detection team is on ground. Forensic teams and the Delhi Police district as well as specialized units, they're all working in tandem, picking up evidence from the ground. But more and more indication, even though Commissioner of Police is still not confirming it on record, but more and more indications now that the probe is moving towards the possibility of at least one or more improvised explosive devices leading to this explosion and so many casualties.
Yes, and possible they're looking for samples of was there ammonium nitrate that was used? 3,000 kilograms, nearly 3,000 kilograms of ammonium nitrate that was recovered. Ammonium nitrate is used in urea, but it can also turn into a fertilizer bomb. It can be weaponized. And we've shown you the impact of what it can create, far greater, 0.8 times that of an RDX and more than the impact of TNT. That's what this can do. There is the blast probe team, the NSG, that is the NSG post-blast probe team, forensic teams, NIA, Delhi Police, all working together on this incident. And as we see these developments, let's listen into the Delhi Police Commissioner, who's now confirmed that it was not a parked vehicle, it was a slow-moving vehicle in which this blast was triggered. And then we had an eyewitness who said, "मैं उस गाड़ी के ठीक पीछे था." He was right behind that vehicle and he survived, but he saw that vehicle and there were people inside and they have perished. But now we have confirmation from intel sources that one suspect is in custody, and that's why this is a terror attack, viewers. Let's listen into the Delhi Police Commissioner.
आज करीब 6:52 पे एक यहाँ पे रेड लाइट पे एक स्लो मूविंग व्हीकल जो रेड लाइट की तरफ आके रुका था, उसमें एक ये एक्सप्लोजन हुआ है। उस वक्त गाड़ी के अंदर जो पैसेंजर्स उसके अंदर ही थे और इस एक्सप्लोजन से जो है आसपास की गाड़ियों में भी क्षति हुई। जैसे ही इसकी खबर मिली, हम सारी एजेंसीज जो है, दिल्ली पुलिस, FSL, NIA, NSG, उनकी टीम्स यहाँ पे आ चुकी हैं और हालात का जायजा भी ले रही है। हर तरीके से इस जो है एक्सप्लोजन के बारे में जांच की जा रही है और जल्दी ही इसका आकलन करके इसका जो भी रिजल्ट निकलेगा वो आपको बताया जाएगा। इस इंसिडेंट में कुछ लोग को इंजरीज भी आई हैं और कुछ लोगों की डेथ भी हुई है, तो वो अभी हालात का जायजा लिया जा रहा है और एग्जैक्ट फिगर्स जो हैं आपको कुछ ही देर में बता दी जाएंगी। और सिचुएशन को रेगुलरली मॉनिटर किया जा रहा है और गृह मंत्री जी भी जो है उनसे रेगुलरली उनका फ़ोन भी आया था, उनको रेगुलरली ब्रीफ किया जा रहा है और उनको टाइम टू टाइम पूरी सूचना दी जा रही है और आगे जैसे भी हालात होंगे, जो भी नतीजा निकलेगा आपको बताया जाएगा। अभी इसको आकलन किया जा रहा है।
Was it an IED blast? He didn't say anything. We are still assessing what's going on, what's the situation. Informing to CNN News 18 via Manoj Gupta, this is a terror attack. One or two possible IED devices could be used. Both Manoj Gupta and Arunima confirming that. 3, one suspect is in custody. That's what intel sources tell CNN News 18 via Manoj Kumar Gupta, that one suspect is in custody and we would get more details very, very soon. Was it a urea bomb or a fertilizer bomb that was used to trigger this blast in a slow-moving vehicle? Did it explode before its stated time and intent? We have to wait and watch. This is happening around a time when a massive terror module bust has happened. 2 doctors involved, 3 doctors actually involved, not just with weapons, but also with 3,000 kilograms of explosive-making material, including ammonium nitrate. And there is also another ISKP module that where a doctor was trying to make ricin, which he wanted to mix it with prasad at temples and also common drinking water and create mass casualties. So both kinetic and non-kinetic versions of terror being implemented. Huge dynamic this, viewers, but we will try and get you more details. Anshul is with us again live from the spot. Yes, Anshul.
Yes, I'll just try and show you in the visuals. There still is a lot of movement that is already happening over here. The FHL teams have just reached over here, and they are monitoring the exact location where the blast happened and what was the exact reasons. They are trying to ascertain this at this point in time. But as we just heard the police commissioner for the first time on record, that a slow-moving vehicle reached near this red light where we are standing right now, and just at that moment there was a blast that happened over here, and there were passengers who were present inside that vehicle as well. So that vehicle is